based on true events. Viewer discretion advised. Imagine this. A young woman steps into an elevator in a rundown hotel. She presses buttons frantically, hides in the corner, waves her arms wildly, as if talking to an invisible presence. The doors won't close. She peeks out, steps back in, and then she's gone. Forever. This isn't a horror movie. This is the real story of Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old Canadian student whose bizarre disappearance in 2013 captivated the world. Her body was found weeks later in the most unthinkable place, floating in a water tank on the roof of Los Angeles' infamous Cecil Hotel. Was it murder, suicide, something supernatural, or a tragic accident tied to her hidden struggles? Today, we dive deep into the chilling mystery of Elisa Lam. What really happened? We'll uncover the facts, the timeline, the eerie coincidences, and the theories that still haunt us. Stick around, because the truth might be more terrifying than fiction. Elisa Lam was born on April 30, 1991, in Vancouver, British Columbia, to immigrant parents from Hong Kong. By all accounts, she was a bright, creative young woman, a student at the University of British Columbia, passionate about fashion, literature, and travel. But beneath her vibrant online persona, Elisa battled severe mental health issues. She had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, conditions she documented anonymously on her blogs, Etherfields on Blogspot, and later Nouvelle Nouveau on Tumblr. In her posts, Elisa opened up about the darkness she faced: insomnia, hallucinations, and the crushing weight of her illnesses. She was prescribed multiple medications: Wellbutrin, bupropion for depression, Lamictal lamotrigine for mood stabilization, Seroquel quetiapine for bipolar episodes, Adderall dextroamphetamine for attention issues, and Effexor, venlafaxine, as an antidepressant. Her family kept her struggles private, but records show she had been hospitalized at least once after a brief disappearance, triggered by not taking her meds. In January 2013, Elisa embarked on what she called her West Coast tour, a solo adventure by train and bus to escape her routine and see the world. She visited San Diego, posting happy photos from the zoo on Instagram and Facebook. On January 26th, she arrived in Los Angeles, checking into the Cecil Hotel, a place that would seal her fate. The Cecil Hotel, built in 1924 as a luxury spot in downtown LA, had long since fallen into decay by 2013. Renamed Stay on Main for budget travelers, it sat in the heart of Skid Row, a notorious area plagued by homelessness, crime, and despair. But the Cecil's history was far darker than its location suggested. Over the decades, it became a magnet for tragedy. At least 16 deaths occurred there, including suicides, overdoses, and murders. Serial killers, like Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, and Jack Unterweger, stayed there during their killing sprees in the 1980s and 1990s. Guests reported hauntings, strange noises, and an overwhelming sense of dread. Some called it cursed, a place where evil lingered. Elisa, unaware or undeterred, was initially placed in a shared room on the 5th floor. But complaints about her odd behavior, like leaving sticky notes on doors and locking roommates out, led to her being moved to a private room after just 2 days. A few days later, she attended a taping of the Conan O'Brien show, but was escorted out for being disruptive. She called her parents daily, sounding excited, until January 31, 2013, the day she was supposed to check out and head to Santa Cruz. That was the last time anyone heard from her. On February 8th, after no calls home, Elisa's worried parents reported her missing to the LAPD. They flew to LA to help search. Police canvassed the hotel, distributed flyers, and even brought in dogs, but the scent trail ended at a window on the 15th floor. Then, on February 13th, the LAPD released security footage from the hotel elevator, dated January 31st, Elisa's last known sighting. The video is chilling. Elisa enters the elevator, presses all the buttons, then hides in the corner. She peeks out, waves her hands as if gesturing to someone unseen, steps in and out. The doors stay open unnaturally long, over 2 minutes, before finally closing after she exits. It went viral instantly, racking up millions of views on sites like Youku in China. Viewers dissected every frame. Was she playing a game, high on drugs, running from a pursuer, or experiencing a hallucination? Some claimed the footage was edited, timestamps blurred, about a minute missing. Meanwhile, hotel guests started complaining. Low water pressure, blackish water with a foul taste coming from the taps. On February 19th, a maintenance worker climbed to the roof to check the 4 massive 1,000-gallon water tanks. In one, through an open hatch, he found Elisa's body, naked, floating face up, bloated and decomposing. Her clothes, watch, and room key were in the water too. How did she get there? The roof was locked, alarmed, and hard to access, requiring climbing fire escapes or navigating locked doors, and the tank lid, heavy, but found ajar. The autopsy on February 21st was inconclusive at first, but by June 2013, the LA County coroner ruled it accidental drowning, with bipolar disorder as a key factor. No signs of trauma, assault, or suicide. Toxicology showed only traces of her prescribed medications, suggesting she was under-medicating, and minimal. Alcohol 0.02%, no illicit drugs. Experts believe Elisa had a manic or psychotic episode, leading her to seek refuge in the tank, perhaps hallucinating. Once inside, she couldn't escape, and drowned. Her nudity, possibly due to paradoxical undressing, common in hypothermia or delirium. But questions lingered. Why no fingerprints on the tank? How did she bypass the alarms? And that video, was it really untouched? Despite the official ruling, the internet exploded with theories. Let's break them down. Theory 1. Murder. Many believe Elisa was killed, perhaps by a hotel employee who knew how to disable alarms, or a guest. The roof access was restricted, so how did she get up alone? Some point to the elevator video. Was she hiding from someone? Online sleuths speculated a cover-up, noting the hotel's shady history, but no evidence of foul play emerged. No DNA, no witnesses. Theory 2. Drugs or poison. Viewers thought she was on ecstasy or bath salts, explaining the erratic moves, but the autopsy found none. A wild coincidence. Around her death, a tuberculosis outbreak hit Skid Row, and the test for it is called LAMELISA, almost her name spelled out. Conspiracy theorists claimed government involvement or bioexperimentation, but experts dismiss it as mere chance. Theory 3. Supernatural forces. The Cecil's haunted reputation fueled ghost stories. Was Elisa possessed? Some linked it to the dark water horror film, where a body is found in a water tank, or the hotel's evil energy from past deaths. Chilling, but unsubstantiated. Theory 4. Mental health crisis. The most substantiated, a bipolar manic episode. Elisa's history of hallucinations, combined with possible med non-compliance, could explain everything. Paranoia in the elevator, climbing to the roof, entering the tank to hide. Death investigators agree, no foul play needed. So, what really happened to Elisa Lam? The evidence points to a heartbreaking accident, a young woman lost in the grip of her mental illness, in a hotel that amplified her isolation. No ghosts, no killers, just tragedy. Her case sparked a Netflix docuseries, Crime Scene, The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, in 2021. Highlighting how online speculation can harm real investigations. Today, the Cecil is luxury apartments, but its shadows remain. Remember Elisa not as a mystery, but as a person. If you or someone you know struggles with mental health, seek help.